Morning everybody, welcome to Haley's Abstract Art. Just thought I'd show you how I actually sort of put my crystals onto the geodes that I do. This is a practice piece for a commission that I've got to do. I just wanted to have a go at doing the crystals. And what I found was if I just did lay the crystals down and then poured the clear resin over it, that when you did the coloured resin around the outside, it was actually seeping underneath it, and I want these crystals to stay clear. So what I found worked best is if I actually glue gun the outer edge of all the crystals, and it forms like a barrier that actually stops the resin from seeping in. Sometimes it breaks the barrier and it goes through anyway, but you know, I've just found that it works much better. And this client has asked if I could actually put real quartz points in it, because they've got, I think they class it as like healing properties. So I managed to get some quartz points from Resin 8. They're a UK company. They come in little pots like this. Obviously I've used a few out of here, but you know, they're lovely little points. They're perfect for the geodes. So because I want to practice making a cluster of them before I do the actual commission, I'm actually doing this painting that, as you can see, I've actually set out in acrylic already, just to get a rough idea of the shape and the colours and where I need everything to be. So I'm going to stop prattling on now. I've got a glue gun that I got. It's a cordless one from Hobbycraft. It takes quite a while to warm up, but hey, it makes life a bit easier. So let's get on with this, and I'm going to stick my cluster of quartzes first, I think. So without further ado, let's get going. So I'm just going to lay down some glue first. And then I've selected some slightly smaller quartzes, because obviously this is not a very big painting. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down, and then you're going to position your quartz where you want it. And the good thing about this is, you know, if you don't lay any resin down, you can actually pluck these off and reposition them if they don't turn out how you'd like. And what I want to do with this is actually place stones around it as well. So each time I glue one of the quartzes in, I'm probably going to lay down a stone as well. Like I say, it's much easier, you know, if you've got a commission, and you can, to obviously pre-plan how you're going to do things, so that when it comes to the commission, you know what you're up to. Laying it down a bit more glue. Another stone in between. Just helps make the quartz points look more natural by having the stones sort of built up around them. They don't look like they're just sticking out in the middle of nowhere then. And like I say, you know, I haven't done this very much with the quartz points, so it's really good practice for me to see if I can get that really natural look. I'm wearing gloves because the times I burn my fingers with these flipping glue guns is just unbelievable. A small one just to fill in that gap. I mean, I am going to pour resin over this anyway, so, but this, you know, the glue just helps get it in place where you want it to be, before you commit to the actual resin part of it. Just hold them in place for a couple of seconds. You have to excuse if you can hear dogs in the background. I've got 3 of my own and I'm currently looking after one for a family member. It's only been a few days, so they're all a bit naughty at the moment. So putting stones around the base as well kind of helps keep these quartz points in place, which makes it a bit better. Because I haven't done a lot of these, I'm really not sure what the natural shape is. So I've actually got a craft show, a 2-day craft show coming up in May. So anything I make as a practice piece for a commission, I shall take to the show anyway. You know, hopefully I'll get some sales, but if you don't, you don't. It's a learning curve. I actually really enjoy interacting with members of the public. I have such a good time, so if I make a bit of money while I'm there, I'm happy, but if not, I've just met loads of people and just had a fantastic time. So do you know, any of you do craft fairs regularly? You know, do you enjoy sort of chatting with the public and meeting new people, or, you know, do you find it difficult? I'm hoping that I'll be able to attend at least 10 shows this year is actually my goal. Whether I'll make it or not, I don't know. I'm actually really lucky that most of the time when I create something, if I pop it on my Facebook page, which is Helly's Abstract Art, more often than not, most of my stuff sells fairly quickly. So the only problem with that is, obviously, if I've got shows booked, it means that I never have any stock in for these shows. So I'm having to learn to not share all of my work on Facebook and keep some back for actually, you know, taking to the shows. Not that I'm complaining, because I'm really not, but so I don't know if you can see that very well. I don't know whether to put another one in there. Maybe there. We'll try that. If it, like I say, with this glue, you know, the great thing about it is if it doesn't look great, take it out, move it. I think actually I'm quite happy with that. And what I'm trying to do is kind of build like a mound around the actual quartzes. So it almost looks like a volcano with the quartz popping out the top. I just, you know, it gives it a more secure base and hopefully makes it look a little bit more natural. And as I say, you know, even if it's not 100% stable, it's going to be having the resin put over it anyway. So I hope that's helped you. Obviously, I'm going to carry on with filling up the rest of the gap that I've got here. I don't want to bore you with that, but I just thought I'd show, you know, roughly what it is that I do, how I've learnt to lay the crystals down so that we don't get lots of, you know, resin seeping underneath. And just a tip for the day, really. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll give you a bit of a close-up here as best I can. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.